Kevin Durant got everything he asked for and is still like, this isn't enough.
Unhappy.
He's one of those that's like so long that they're like, yeah, he's 7'4". He's
still growing.
He's technically 6'11", and then I'm like, bro, how tall is he?
It's like that Twitter meme. I think Melo's got that dog in him. I don't think KD does.
If you fart in the paint in a pickup game, that's terrible.
I do.
Welcome to the third quarter, everybody.
What is this? What is going on right now?
I said, what the hell are you talking about?
What's my package look like? Yo! Welcome to the Third Quarter Warriors podcast. The Third Quarter Warriors are the best team ever, and we are the best podcast ever. Happy Monday, everybody. We're going to help you start your week out right, because on today's episode, we dive into Bill Russell's legacy, KD's ultimatum, the haters' corner, and who knows what else. Today, it's me, Ant, and King VVS, because my brother KC is in Hawaii right now, so I'm very jealous of that. But anyway, let's get started. Obviously, guys, Bill Russell passed away like this past week. R.I.P. He lived a great life, great legacy. Most successful NBA career of all time. Like, there's like Steve Kerr's like probably up there because he's got like coaching and playing, but like Bill Russell just like you can't dominate more than Bill Russell did during his time in the league. The NBA. What do you guys think of the NBA retiring number 6 for every team? I don't think they've ever done that for like anyone, have they? Like, have they ever retired just a number, period?
No, I don't think so. Like worldwide or league wide, because I mean Jordan. I feel like Jordan's number would have been retired maybe before Bill Russell's.
I mean, Bill Russell, he was like maybe when Jordan passes, they'll do that. But like Bill Russell, I'm gonna be honest here. I didn't even know Bill Russell was number 6. Like, I didn't know that. So it's great. I heard he was like a really good person on top of being like a good player. So that's probably like they were like, man, this dude was too good not to give him his props.
Yeah, that makes sense.
He's at every single what is it, NBA Finals, because he's literally the award. So like you said, he's got the greatest career ever.
That's true. Did you guys see that like yesterday or 2 days ago, the Heat then retired number 6 for LeBron? I was like, what do you? They just retired. Like, all right, no one can wear number 6 again. And the Heat are like, yeah, on our team either. And they're like, yeah, we said no one. Like, what are you talking about? I don't know.
I guess maybe they were planning to when LeBron retired, and they were like, come on. They swiped it from us.
Yeah, maybe. And also, I'm thinking about it now. Maybe they just wanted to like be able to hang his jersey. I guess because you have to. If your jersey's hung, is your jersey retired? Is your number retired?
I think so, because I think they retired Dwayne Wade's number when he. So
I feel like if your jersey gets hung in the NBA arena, then it's like you can't wear that number. I don't know though. I feel like that's right.
I think that's probably why though. They're like, oh, Bill Russell. They don't want to. They want to hang LeBron's jersey. I think that's really what it is.
So they have beef with Bill Russell.
They're like, hey, this is
LeBron's more
entire Bill.
Yeah. Anyway, R.I.P. Bill Russell. KD. Me and VVS were actually talking a little bit about KD, like when we were playing Apex the other day, but I feel like he has completely started to tarnish his legacy with just wanting to leave places, and he spent his prime, his best years, where he was like a top player in the league on the Warriors, and no one respects his Warriors championships at all when he could have like won championships literally with the Thunder if he stayed there or somewhere else. But like obviously we know moving to the Warriors was like a snake move. So what do you guys think in terms of like KD's legacy? Like, has he tarnished it a lot? Because is it too late to recover?
I'll let you go first. I'll let you take this one, Brian.
I mean, I think KD is I think KD is obviously a very good player. I think he's a great player, but I think KD is better not as the main guy. I don't think he can lead a team. I just don't think he has like the leadership qualities, and I don't think his play style is like as like solo dominant as other players are. Like LeBron, you put him on any team, he's going to score 30, 35 points. He's going to get his 10 assists, 10, well, not 10. He's going to get 38 and 8. Like wherever he goes, he's going to do that. Like if you put KD on any team, he might get like, 30, 25, 28 points, but he's not going to like carry that team to a 1 seed because he just doesn't like he needs other people to play off of. Like he was great on the Warriors because you had to worry about Steph all the time. KD was getting open all the time. He was great on the Thunder because at that time Russ was like dominating the league. So KD didn't really have the pressure to like carry the team on his back. And now he finally had the pressure to carry the team on his back. And like, yeah, he was coming off a pretty huge injury, like Achilles is no joke, but he didn't seem like I don't think Steve Nash was smart for playing him 40 minutes a night for like those 3 weeks before he got injured, but he didn't seem like he was ailed by that injury, and he just couldn't do it. Like they got swept in the first round, they were an 8 seed. He couldn't do it.
Yeah. I want to piggyback off that last point real quick with Steve Nash. I'm siding with KD on this one. I do not agree with Steve Nash playing him 40 minutes a game, right? I understand that he's like, well, Kevin says he can play, so I'm going to let him play. No, you need to have a structure. You need to have a game plan, and you can't just run your players into the ground. I mean, me and John know this really well. Like, you just can't do that. Like, your players are going to fall apart. We had that in college. But, yeah, like, you let James go. I'm kind of going into more of like the coaching realm first before I do that.
Yeah.
But like again, like you let James walk away because one, you wanted Kyrie to come back so bad, and Katie was like, I don't care if he wants to come, if he doesn't. And you let James walk away, which you could tell that KD really likes playing with James. He likes playing with James more. He found out he likes playing more with James than he likes playing with Kyrie. And so you let him go, get back Ben Simmons, who didn't even play for you. So he's probably pissed. And so now Kyrie comes back. He plays pretty well the first 2 games. Then the guy disappears. And then you got KD. You're not adjusting. You're not changing anything. Your third best player is Bruce Brown, who we know can't shoot the ball in the ocean.
Bro, that dude is wet. What are you talking about? Bruce Brown is he gets hot.
He doesn't, dude. He got hot because they left him wide open. You know, and I know. We've seen so many NBA pickup games where they're shooting wide open shots. You're like, wow. I mean, I got lied to with Ben Simmons.
You thought that Ben Simmons should shoot. That is different than me thinking Bruce Brown can shoot.
I'm saying he's wide open and he's making shots. Like
he's not a third option either, so I'll give you that. I'm not going to say he's a terrible shooter, but he's not a third option on a playoff team.
I think
I agree with that. But I think Bruce Brown's a good role player. But continue.
Yeah, I mean, that's about it. Going off with the coaching, I just think like he just has no backbone. Like the offense was very stagnant, and I think they didn't progress and they didn't get better as a team, right? And I get it. KD is the one who wanted all these players. He wanted this, he wanted that, and it's not working. But I just think the front office they didn't get it done. And at some point, I understand with Brian too, is that like, honestly, this is like the hottest take right now. He's like a really, really good role player, KD. He is like the greatest role player ever.
My question is, how did the front office not do their job by bringing in literally just every superstar in the NBA? And then all these players that are like self-proclaimed amazing that deserve to be on the best team at the best time of the NBA, and then they get together and they can't figure it out. Like, my opinion is that's not coaching. Like, that's like the players. Like, you have to, if you're not willing to change your role to improve yourself on the court, like to improve the team on the court, then like that's on you. I don't know. I definitely think Steve Nash maybe isn't the right guy for the job, but their roster was so much better than every other roster that it shouldn't have mattered, in my opinion. If KD is the best scorer, if Harden is like whatever he is, distributor and stuff now, and then if Kyrie's like the best top 2 point guard, like, and then they had all those role players. Blake Griffin is raw. Also, they weren't playing Blake Griffin. I don't know what they have against Blake Griffin.
Man. I'm telling you, it's the coaching. It's not like KD's like, why aren't you playing the guy? Like, he doesn't know. He doesn't know why he's not playing. because we watch him and he plays well.
Yeah.
You're like, why weren't you playing him before?
I
don't
hear
know.
everyone saying that Steve Nash is like a really nice guy who knows basketball really well, but just like they don't respect him because he's such a nice guy and like he's their friend. But that's who they wanted to bring in. They were, if you remember, and this is another thing that I think tarnishes Katie's legacy. They're like, we want Steve Nash as our coach. Like that's who we want to coach us. And so they're like, all right, we gave you Steve Nash. And they're like, we don't like him. Like, bro, what are we doing right now? What are we doing right now? You guys are just going to pick and choose. Like, I think that tarnishes his legacy because he got his dream roster and they got swept by some 24-year-olds.
I mean, I think it's like, obviously, I think the tweet of the Nets, or not Nets, the Nets owner, like coming out and saying, I'm with the coaching staff. Honestly, I understand where he's coming from. Like, I think Steve Nash, like, part of being a coach is protecting your players, like, from themselves. Like, every player's going to be like, I can play, I can do this, I can do this. You don't trust the players. Like, you have to know better than the players. That's why you're the coach. So I think, like, that is somewhere where Steve Nash failed, but Steve Nash is also like a rookie head coach. So like, and Steve Nash, I don't think he ever had a major injury in his career. So he's probably thinking of it like from, if I said I could play, I always could play. But like Kevin Durant is an injury ridden 6'10", 34-year-old player. Like he can't do that. So it's like, I think that's a problem on Steve Nash's side, but I can't blame the Nets owner for being like, I'm siding with Steve Nash because John was saying like Kevin Durant got everything he asked for and is still like, this isn't enough.
Like, that's true about Steve Nash too. I remember there was a play where he got his nose broken and it was sideways, and there's like a literal video of it, and he like grabs it like mid-game, grabs it, corrects it with his hand, like re-breaks his nose, and then just like keeps playing. And they're like, bro, we kind of should stop the bleeding, I think. Like, so that dude is someone that's like, yeah, if he says he can play, he can play. But yeah, you got to realize KD is not built like a early 2000s point guard. Those guys could go and go. Gilbert Arenas, Steve, they're not coming out the game till it's over. Like, but that's not how KD's built.
Yeah, Steve Nash was like an Iron Man. KD's like a glass man. So it's like,
he's bad.
Did you guys see? So KD had obviously he's a great tweeter. We've talked about that last episode, but he had this really funny interaction with this random, I guess we could call him a fan. So the dude tweeted, car wouldn't start this morning, get to work late and our internet is down. LOL, I love this shit. Unlike KD Trey 5, I actually enjoy taking the hardest road. It's basically just problem solving practice. And KD replies, you enjoy having a shitty car and getting to work and not being able to connect to the internet? That's such a good comeback. Like you like that?
That dude, I don't know what that guy was trying to brag about. He's like, it's like the LeBron picture. Like, I can't believe this is my life.
I know. I love it. He's probably the best tweeter of all time. That's one thing I'll give KD. He's not the best scorer of all time. He's not the best. I mean, that's the only thing you would really debate is best scorer. Not the best scorer.
I don't want to cut you off.
Yeah, go
but
ahead.
I just saw this. Draymond said this on his podcast. He said prime Carmelo Anthony is a better all-around scorer than KD in his prime. Is that a hot take?
I need to think about what. So he's putting all these words in it. What is an all-around scorer? That because in my mind, if you're a good scorer, that means you score a lot of points. He's like more skilled at scoring. Like, what's all-around scorer mean?
It's like KD's TikTok handle, 3-level. You got to be a 3-level scorer. You got to hit the 3, the mid-range, and the inside, and like driving, post up. So I don't know, like. That's something I really got to think about though, because like I think obviously KD's a great scorer, like he's a great shooter, and he's like 6'10" and like agile, so that helps a lot. But like I don't know. I mean, I think Carmelo was like in his prime. That dude was going crazy. He was averaging. He had like I think he had a couple of years where he averaged like 30, right?
I think it was like 2 years on the Nuggets and then maybe 1 year on the Knicks.
Yeah, like he
Like
was
that.
going crazy in his prime, and he could hit every shot. Like he was hitting
He
contested
hit
shots.
every
Like
shot.
prime
I don't
Melo had
know.
elevation on his shot too. Like Melo
What if I
was.
told you guys Melo has 1 scoring title and KD has 4?
KD has 4 scoring titles.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
Well,
A lot of
what
scoring.
if I tell you LeBron only has like 2? And I would say LeBron's a better scorer than KD.
Yeah, but like Melo is known as like his for his offense. LeBron's known
Yeah.
for like getting everyone involved. So that makes sense. It's crazy that he even has scoring titles, honestly.
Yeah, like I think, like as great as LeBron is at everything else, I think LeBron and KD are like equal scoring wise. Like I don't think there's anything KD does that LeBron can. Like earlier in LeBron's career, he couldn't really shoot threes, and LeBron is not a good free throw shooter. I'll take both of those, but LeBron is
I think
going
the only thing,
like,
yeah.
LeBron is like driving infinitely times better than KD. Like KD is not bodying people, like slashing to the hole. Really.
Yeah, bro, Melo would have actually averaged crazy if he played in. I mean, I know he's kind of played in today's NBA, but if he was in his prime in like 2020, he would be shooting so many threes. He would actually probably have averaged. But that's why I looked up scoring titles, not their averages, because like the inflation stays like is considered with that. So
yeah,
I mean I have to think KD's a better all around scorer just because of how he's built. But it's definitely a hard argument. I just don't think Melo is as good as KD at score. I think KD's better at, like, if I think about it, if we're game planning for these guys, we can never let KD shoot a 3. That obviously not Melo either, but I'd rather let Melo shoot a 3 than KD. Mid-range, it's about the same, I think. Melo's got a really good mid-range. And then
I think his back to the basket game. I think that's what Draymond is. I think his back to the basket game.
Yeah.
But KD's like, when he puts it behind his head. I mean, Melo does that too, but like his face-up game is crazy.
Yeah.
Like the face-up game is what,
like just when he has the ball like up here. Half the players have to like
when KD faces up at that point, he's just deciding which way he's going to shoot the ball because there's nothing. He doesn't care about you. Then he's like, I'm in my position. I'm going to shoot it.
Yeah, I think KD's harder to defend, but honestly, I think Melo it's like that Twitter meme. I think Melo's got that dog in him. I don't think KD does.
KD, if we're talking about dog, KD does not have that dog in him. He's got a cat in him. He's got a snake in him. That's a good debate though. We're actually moving on to embrace debate. We haven't done this yet. We were going to do it a couple episodes ago. We didn't end up doing it, but I want to rank the top 3 picks. So, I mean, Jabari Smith is number 3. We all, I think, can agree with that. Now, what we've seen, I know, Ant, you watched it more closely than most of us, so I'll let you start. But like, what we've seen. Do you think Banchero or Chet should have been number 1?
And if we're going off the team as well, I still think Paolo goes number 1. He is 6'10". He's about 250 pounds. Guy has no idea what he's doing, and he's putting up 40 on double teams. We'll get to that later. At a pickup game, Dejounte Murray was a part of that. And then he had 50 with Chet when they played in another Seattle. Yeah, Chet, not Chet. Chet. So I mean, the kid can put the ball in the basket. He's big. He can score. He's almost a 3-level scorer. He cannot shoot threes, in my opinion. But he can do the mid range. He can post you up. He can make free throws. He can dribble. He's an underrated playmaker. And he's just got an NBA body. Chet, I've got the inside scoop with Chet. He's a shot maker. He's raw. That's the word that our scout, the Oklahoma City Thunder, shout out our scout. He's raw, and he's 7 foot, 7'2", and he can shoot. Obviously, he's not that big yet, but I mean, the kid's gonna be really good.
Is he 7 foot or 7'2"?
He's in between. He's one of those.
He's one of those that's like so long that they're like, yeah, he's 7'4". He's
still growing.
He's technically 6'11", and then I'm like, bro, how tall is he?
They say he's 7'2", so realistically, he's probably 7 feet. Like, I don't know.
Brian is a height truther. Brian takes like 7 inches off of everyone's NBA height. He's like, yeah, but that's with shoes and then the bonus 2 inches that they get and then reach. So he's really like
when
6'1".
Measured, he had a faux hawk, so they had an extra like 2 inches.
But I think Chet is a better rim defender than Paolo. I think Paolo could obviously guards more bigs and bigger.
I don't think Chet can.
Chet can move his feet. He's just not strong. He
can be a help defender in the paint. Yeah. I don't think he's guarding big men though. I think he's going to get
but I'm talking
pushed.
about like you said, like send them and then have Chet come and swat it. You know, like one of those things. But yeah. Be honest, I just didn't really look at Jabari. He was disappointing.
I hope he's the best out of all three, and everyone's wrong about him because Summer League does not matter at all. It doesn't matter.
I can't have him be better. I'm sorry.
You already bought, bro. You got Banchero's jersey off a bootleg site for like $7 with $15 shipping. I don't want to hear it.
Hey, he dunked. He had one Summer League dunk, and I added the cart really right off.
Bro, I don't care about. I know you said these pickup games with Banchero. I don't care about these pickup games. Kyle Kuzma had like 62 this summer in the pickup game. I don't care. It doesn't mean anything.
Beard Kuzma, bro. But like, I'm speaking of those pickup games. Did y'all see that the Knicks sent out Jalen Brunson, Julius Randle, and Obi Toppin and lost in those pickup games? They lost by like 25.
Where were the games? This matters. Do you know where they were?
Hold on.
If they were in New York, then I could see them all three just trying to stunt and be like mad cool, probably wearing sweatpants with like socks over them.
I'm pretty sure it was one of those New York games, but they lost. They didn't lose. They lost by like 25 or 30.
Oh, who are they playing?
I don't know.
The Lakers need to sign some of those guys to a 10-day.
Brian, you're not. You're kidding.
Local Pro-Am outing. Let's see.
All right, guys.
That was crazy.
But my opinion, I think I'm going with Chet honestly, because like you say Chet isn't an interior defender, and I agree that he's not big enough to like guard fives in the post. I don't think he's going to do that, but I think Chet is a good rim protector. I think he's a great like shot defender, even though he's not necessarily going to be your anchor in the post. I think he's going to average like 3 blocks a game. Like he has a really good just like sense for blocking shots, and he's so tall he doesn't have to jump that high, and he's like has that like quick jump. So I think he's a really good rim defender, and he's a good shooter, and like I think the Thunder are just going to allow him to do whatever he wants, honestly. Like, they're going to just be like, hey, go out there and, like, shoot, block, do literally whatever you want. Just go and be good, and hopefully if he just gains, like, 20 pounds over the next 4 years, I think he'll be big enough. Well, actually, no. How big is he? Is he, like, 190 pounds?
Soaking wet.
Okay, if he gains like 35 pounds over the next 5 years, I think
he's listed at 7 foot 190.
Yeah, I think if he can get to like 225, then I think he'll be like a legit, like he'll be able to be
at least so skinny. We had a teammate that was 7 feet and he was 220, and he was like so skinny, like his elbows would like shank us. Do you remember Nick? And he was so skinny. So I can't imagine, and Chet's like really taller than 7, so I can't imagine how. I mean, it's just because his build like is so weird though. Like he doesn't have the normal body parts, I don't think.
Yeah, like he's so lanky. Like I did he grow really fast or something? Because being that skinny is just like I don't even know how you stay upright. Like a breeze could just blow him over. Like,
I don't know. I wonder if he's like strong at all. Like, you know, like people say KD's really strong. I wonder when Chet like backs you down, if you're like, oh, kind of strong, or if it's like, oh my god, this is like playing against a high schooler. I feel like it's like playing against a high schooler. He just like has a lot of moves though.
Yeah, I think Chet like years 1 and probably 2 is gonna be like Hopefully he can stay healthy, but it's going to be a wake up call. I think he's going to be on the floor a lot.
Yeah. For the Thunder look good though, like for their future. Like I'm getting like 2010 Thunder vibes. Like when they got like I don't know if it was the 2010 draft, but they had KD, Russ, Harden, and then they end up losing in the 2012 finals, and everyone's like, "Dang, they got a future." They have those pieces just like those three guys in my opinion. And SGA, Chet. I mean, I don't think Poku is gonna be that good, but who else they got? They got someone else.
Giddy.
Yeah, Josh Giddey.
Who's that
They have-
big dude?
do they still have
Dort. They got Dort, man.
I don't care about Dort, but he's like solid. But see, those are a bunch of solid players though. Giddey, Poku, and Dort are really solid.
I'm hearing whispers, rough rumbles. Maybe they move SGA. Maybe they move SGA because they like. Well, our scout that we know there likes the two Williams twins, the one from different schools, but they got the same name, like Jalen Williams.
Serena Williams.
So I think their name's Jalen Williams, but maybe he's saying they move SGA at the trade deadline, continue to tank again. They get Wembanyama, and now they've got Josh Giddey, Wembanyama, and freaking that'd be like pretty cool. But
yeah,
bro, it would be so hard to guard Chet and Wembanyama.
Yeah, Wembanyama.
What would they be? You think that would be power forward center? Has to be, right?
Just go. Just
put them out
they're
there.
They're playing tall ball.
Yeah,
because Giddey's like 6'8", and then they'll probably have another. If Poku got Raw, that's another 7-footer. They literally have 6'8", 7 foot, 7 foot, 7'3", and then someone else. Maybe I don't know. That'd be crazy. That'd be a crazy lineup.
Wembanyama, I'm excited for Wembanyama. That guy looks like so good. He looks so good.
I'm just really proud of us for. Not us, but just as a country for learning how to say his name like sooner than people learned how to say Giannis's name. Like there's videos of Giannis like hitting his first three and they're like Antetokounmpo with the 3. I'm like, bro, where's the P coming from? Like it's not even in his name. I'm glad people already learned how to say Wembanyama. All right. What you got something else in it?
No. You remember when like Stephen A. Smith didn't know how to pronounce. He said Porzingis.
I hate when analysts and people that are paid to talk on ESPN, like Kendrick Perkins, don't know how to say players' names. They're like, I don't care. And I'm like, bro, you should care. It's your literal job when you're talking about someone. Just learn how to say their name. It's not hard.
I can't believe I
get
get that he's just like a rage baiter, like, but I can't believe that Kendrick Perkins is actually like getting airtime anywhere. That guy, like, he was not good as a player, and he's not good as an analyst. He's still like
this generation.
What'd you say?
Ryan Hollins?
Yeah.
Remember Ryan Hollins? We just made fun of every time he got on First Take, and they would just rip him apart. And I think it's the same thing for Kendrick Perkins. It's like a different era.
Bro,
I haven't seen Ryan Hollins in years.
Yeah, Richard Jefferson maybe ended Ryan Hollins' career when he was like, they were talking about Giannis. It was like Giannis's maybe 3rd or 4th year, and he's like, Ryan, imagine someone like you, but actually good at basketball. That's just not good. But anyway,
sorry, Ryan, if you're watching.
Yeah, sorry, Ryan. I'm sure you're watching. I want to move on to Yeet Culture. This is a segment where we effectively cancel a person or thing because of something that happened with them. We yeet them. So this week I want to yeet Dejounte Murray because this dude, I was on his side, like wanting to get out of the Spurs, and I was like, yeah, Spurs is system basketball. Dejounte is skilled, like he needs to be somewhere else. And then he gets out and he starts literally assaulting players in pickup games for no reason, just because they're not as good as him. He's like, he hit multiple people in the head with a basketball. You don't do that. Like, if he's playing anywhere that doesn't have like actual refs, like he's getting jumped. I guarantee it. I don't know what he's doing. He's talking crazy trash to Paolo Banchero. I don't know why. Like, there's no reason to be this angry. You got out of San Antonio. Just go and, like, relax. Him and Trey are going to be extremely hated next year. I'm really excited for that. But for now, I'm yeeting Dejounte Murray because he's taking it too far. Like, he's actually, like, hitting people in the head with the basketball for no reason. Like, what are you doing?
Yeah, I've seen like 5 clips of him just like doing this to people's heads. Like he's not even like doing off the heezy like a dribble move or anything. He's literally just holding the ball and like slapping people in the head with it. I'm like, what?
It's
like
not cool.
These aren't pro players. Like, why are you doing this? And then the Banchero beef was so weird because he was like mad at Banchero for like calling him out, being like, "What are you doing?" And Dejounte posted like 5 Instagram stories about him, and Banchero was like, "What? Like, I'm a rookie playing in some like pickup game, and you're like yelling in my face after some like random cross up. Like, why do you care this much?"
Yeah, it does not make any sense. Like that guy has got a temper issue, an attitude issue, and then obviously he's really, really skilled, but like it's not cool to like be so good that you're like beating someone. That's like being a boxing trainer, like you're a pro boxer and you're like, yeah, let's spar, and then you just like beat the crap out of the kid and you're like, I'm raw. They're like, bro, you're supposed to like, I don't understand why you're hurting me. I thought we were just playing. Like it doesn't make any sense.
It's bizarre. And like I was like, I think he's good. And like last year I was like, man, Dejounte Murray's next up. Now after watching this, I'm like, this dude does not have the right mentality. Like something's gonna go wrong in his career.
And then he's gonna be with Trey, who's another trash talker villain.
Yeah.
I can't wait. I really want the Hawks and Knicks to play in the playoffs. That would be so funny because like every game at the Knicks would just be like you'd be so on edge for what's gonna happen.
Yeah, I just think it's funny he was doing it to like, obviously like people like doing a 9 to 5, bro. Like you get off of work and like, yo, you want to come play in this pro-am? I'm like, yeah, I just got done crunching all these numbers, and then Dejounte's swinging balls in my face. Like, no, I'm like, bro.
Yeah, because you played in a pro-am. Like, imagine if they were like, Ant, like you played college ball. Like we want you to guard Dejounte Murray. You're like, dang, that's crazy. Like, whatever, I'll just do my best. And then he's just literally assaulting you the next play, and you're like, bro. And it'll be like, I'm about. It'd be hard for me to not try to fight him, and I know I could. I know I would lose in a fight to Dejounte Murray, but I would be so mad if someone was hitting me in the game.
Like, at this point, like obviously he had to have security, like just readily available, because like that. I'm surprised, especially I think they were in Seattle or they were somewhere. I mean, pretty sure Seattle's it's not hood, but I mean, I don't know. But I think him finally getting out of San Antonio, I feel like maybe it's like pressure. Maybe he's getting all this flack, all this like, oh, like you got to be this, like you're gonna go to Atlanta, you left us, like now you got to show up, you got to step up, and like maybe this is like him like trying to like get it out. Like I don't know, not a good way to let out that energy though. Just childish. Just immature.
Yeah, maybe he's got some anger issues, and like this is his way to vent.
I don't hang it out on people.
I don't even buy that though. I don't think anyone cared at all about Dejounte Murray. Like no one cares about him. The only person that cares about him is the Spurs fans. I don't care. I honestly forgot that he went to the Hawks before like we talked about it on the podcast. And I was like, oh yeah, he's on the Hawks now. Like I don't think anyone cares about him. Like I didn't know that he was a jerk until now. Like yeah, I don't know. I hope he straightens out, because that would be a really fun backcourt to watch, is him and Trae Young just like jacking threes, just crossing people up. But anyway,
I wonder if after this he gets like targeted by the refs, like they try to give him more texts or something. Like we can't have this mentality in the league.
Wait, real quick. The East is going to be so interesting this year because whatever's happening with the Nets, we don't know what they're going to look like when the playoffs come, but they're going to be some type of set up well somehow, either if it's with KD and Kyrie or with a bunch of pieces that they get in trades. So them, Celtics obviously won the East, so they're going to be back some capacity. The Bucks, I think they're the best team in the East still every time Giannis is on the court. And then the Sixers, and then the Knicks, and then the Hawks. Like those are all. None of those teams are like the old East, where I'm like, I don't want to watch the Raptors play. I don't want to watch like all these like boring teams play. All those teams have like super exciting players. So that is like that's sick.
Yeah, and like if piggybacking off the Bucks, if K Mitty is on the court for that series, they win. They beat the Celtics with K Mitty.
Oh yeah,
I know it's like
not just K Mitty though. It just if they had a role player that just could play
Another
well,
player.
that was a wing, then they would have made it. It's not just because
Oh
K Mitty
no.
is amazing.
Oh no. K Mitty's really good. Y'all hate on K Mitty, but K Mitty is raw. I think K Mitty, like it's Kevin Durant is here, right? He's okay. K Mitty's right here. K Mitty is goated. Y'all just don't like him because he's ugly and bald.
It's hard, bro. You're good at arguing, bro, because you know I'm not gonna like say KD is like amazing or something. So I can't refute that really.
I think K Mitty is like Walmart KD. He's and that's really good. Like I think he's still awesome. He's just like he's really bald. That's one thing, but he doesn't like shave his head, and I think that's a little
KD's kind of bald too.
KD is balding, and he doesn't brush his hair either, and I think that's why he's balding. Like that man needs to take care of himself.
And maybe his hair would spread out if he brushed it. But
And he'd get made fun of less and maybe lose less hair.
Yeah, maybe he'd be less stressed. He wouldn't be fighting on Twitter so much.
All right. Moving on to Nuketown 24/7. This segment is Kenneth and Anthony's time to update us on anything going on in the gambling world, anything cool that's happened, plays there maybe nuking, have nuked, other people nuked, and much more. And what you got for the people this week in the world of sports gambling?
The segment will actually start to get rolling because we've got preseason football.
Let's go.
Last week I actually saw. I wish I did the podcast last week, but the Browns -3.5 was the play, and they won 24-17. So that was a big play. Browns money line as well. We had lines moving up and down, but that was a really good play. They ended up winning. It was so funny because I saw a video of Deshaun Jackson taking his first snap, and I think they called him "You sick."
Watson, not Jackson.
Watson. Oh my God, I'm so sorry.
Yeah. Oh, Jackson's okay. He's a good person. Watson, we don't know.
I thought that was pretty funny. So yeah, the preseason and then the NFL season is coming up, so we'll definitely have some plays for you guys. But the first official play by me, I'm gonna take the Dallas Cowboys and the Broncos over 33.5. I don't know what line you guys will be able to have right now, as I'm stating, but right now, as of Saturday, August 13th, over 33.5. That's what I like.
Bet.
Yeah, I didn't even know.
Sell my kidney for that.
Oh, sell your kidney. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
That's some confidence right there. I didn't even know preseason games had like for real lines, honestly.
Mm-hmm. I didn't know they started. I literally, when you said that just now, is the first time I knew that preseason was started. Really? I'm so out of the NFL box right now.
Deshaun Watson did not play well. He completed like 1 out of 5 passes, and then he was.
I actually saw that clip though, and it didn't click with me that that's a preseason game. I thought maybe it was like a practice game or something, like they were playing offense, defense, or something.
Yeah, I mean the season starts in I think 3 weeks now.
We got to get a fantasy league going.
Yeah, for sure.
You know me. You don't want to get me in fantasy, guys.
Nah, you're back.
Nah, bro, you served your 1-year suspension. People listening,
1-year suspension.
people listening, we never stopped loving Ant, but we did have to suspend him from fantasy for a year for his just distraught, conniving, snakish behavior for like 4 months. For like 4 months of the NBA fantasy season, it was dreadful.
No, it wasn't. That's fun. I make it fun.
You were lying. You were sending 5 trades a day. And then you were like threatening to just sell your team after you lost. And we're like, stop.
Colluding to get vetoes on opposing trades.
I love wild. It's fun.
No, but you'll be back for NFL. I also don't care about NFL. I suck at it. So I like it. It's easier to manage than basketball. Maybe it's not supposed to be, but I spend less time managing it than basketball. I'm just like, all right, that's my lineup, and then on Saturday I try to check if anyone's injured. So that's pretty much it.
Yeah, I mean, basketball you just have to do every day. NFL's like once a week, so it's way easier.
I hate the reason I'm not good at NFL. Well, one of the reasons is because I don't I don't watch football religiously. Like I'll watch like the Commanders and I'll watch like a big Sunday night game, but I don't like study the players and stuff. And so I literally just draft him like, oh yeah, I know that guy. He must be good. I'm not like in the weeds with like people. If I haven't heard of him, I'm probably not drafting him. But like a lot of the times I should have. And then I'm like, oh, I can't drop like Hakeem Nicks, like, oh, he's like really good. I've heard of him a lot, and then I'll like keep him on my roster and not pick up, or I'll drop someone I haven't heard of that ends up averaging like 20 receiving points, and I'm like, okay, but I'm really bad at football.
Wow, what a name!
Yeah, I just remember him harassing me one year. I think I dropped him and he started going off. But now we're going to move on to the haters corner. This segment is VVS's time to do what he does best: expose people, things, and places and give them their well-deserved hate. VVS, who should we hate this week?
So welcome to the haters corner, everybody. My mic's over here. Welcome to the haters corner, everybody. It is time. I know we've all been waiting for this, and it was an inevitability that this guy gets here. Benjamin Simmons.
Let's go.
Is the worst. So first of all, I think a lot of people don't really remember this, but Ben Simmons went to LSU, and he just quit midway through the season. And before he was drafted, like that was one of the concerns that people had on him. They were like, "Oh, he just quit midway through the season. We don't know if he's going to give his all in the NBA." And everyone was like, college basketball, whatever." People used to come from high school. He just wanted to go straight from high school, and he's NBA ready. We're going to take a shot on him. And they did. And my God, this has backfired so bad for everyone involved with this man. He has quit on 2 separate teams, and he's like. There was a story that came out recently that Ben Simmons, after he got traded to the Nets, they were going into, I think it was game 3, or it might have been game 4. They were down either 0-2 or 0-3. And the group chat, they had a team group chat, and they all texted, they were like, or I don't think all of them, but a couple of them texted, they were like, "Hey, Ben, we're really hurting right now. Do you think you can play?" Ben Simmons did not reply and just left the group chat. He didn't reply. He just left his team group chat because they asked him to play in an elimination game. And I was like, what is wrong with this guy? Like, he wasn't, before he was traded, there wasn't even an injury. Like, he had no injury report. And I'm assuming they put him through a physical, so he probably passed the physical. So in between him getting traded and the time when he was supposed to start, he somehow came down with this back injury. And it ailed him for 4 months to the point where he wouldn't even respond to his team asking him to play in an elimination game. Like, I just don't know how this guy still has a job. Like, I think Ben Simmons single-handedly is going to ruin the collective bargaining agreement whenever it comes up, because owners are going to look at this and be like, we can't have guaranteed contracts after this guy. Just look at Ben Simmons. We gave him a max and he will not play.
Yeah,
like, we have to pay out this $120 million contract for 30 games on a healthy player. Like, what?
Such an
And by the way, this is actually my second edition of the Kendall Jenner All-Stars to the Haters Corner, so maybe this is a theme.
Bro, moral of the story is don't date a Jenner or a Kardashian ever, because unless you just don't care about your career.
Yeah, I mean, let's see. Who knows if Blake Griffin or Devin Booker are coming up on this soon.
I mean, I think Travis Scott is good now, but for a second, he just almost got completely canceled, too.
Oh, yeah.
He's dating Kylie.
Yeah. And then Kanye, we all know. I mean, that guy is not okay in the head.
Pete Davidson's in rehab from dating
Kim.
Really? They said, I mean, they could have been rumors, but it was rumored that he's gonna have to go to rehab, and he had proposed to Kim, and she said no.
Yeah, they said he's going to rehab for trauma therapy. So it's not looking good for the exes of the Kardashian Jenners. And we all know what's going on with Tristan. That dude is. I guess, wow, that's actually my 3rd Kardashian Jenner alumni on the Haters Corner.
You gotta have Tyga on there or something.
Okay.
That was a good Haters Corner, though. I want to move on to the weekly draft. I'm excited about this topic. I got my list of picks I want to get. But the weekly draft this week is going to be worst pickup basketball teammates. So like types of players that you can come up with that you would least want to play with on the court.
Okay.
We're gonna go alphabetical, so we'll go Ant, Brian, and then me. So Ant, you start us out with your 1-1.
Okay. Coach. I hate playing with the guys who like, and this is 3v3, right? Or is it full? It's 3v3,
It's just
right?
like it could. I mean, I guess it could be anything. 3-on-3, 5-on-5.
Whatever is the worst for the situation.
It's honestly it's the coach, the guy who's trying like who like cut. He's got the ball at the top and he's like trying to direct you. Yo, cut. Oh, set the back pick, and then like you shoot the shot and you miss. Oh man, come on, we got to get a better shot. We got to get some more ball movement. Or then they take the shot, then they get the ball, and they do a couple moves, take the shot, they miss. Next time. Pass it. Oh my God, bro. Stop. We're out here playing, get some sweat.
And that guy, the coach also will be like, oh, you gotta get a little bit more arc on your shot. I'm like, bro, you are not telling me how to shoot right now. You are garbage. Like, stop.
Or when you're on defense, you gotta get lower in your stance. You gotta get lower. It's like,
dude, I can't stand those dudes. I cannot.
Yeah, that is terrible. That's a good 1-1. Brian, what you got?
I mean, I'm piggybacking on John. Dejounte Murray, that dude, I don't want him anywhere near my pickup games. Get him off the court.
I would love to have him. We're winning every game.
But if we win the game, you know there's a fight after. I'm not going to pick up basketball.
That's true.
This dude's Nick Briz out there.
So that's an actual player. Okay, I respect that.
That's funny. I like that.
No Dejounte. Imagine you go to a pickup game and Dejounte Murray's there and he gets picked last.
It's like, oh man, we got watching for this one.
I would pick him though, because maybe he won't assault me with the basketball then.
Yeah, I mean, you gotta pick him because you're gonna win and you're not gonna get assaulted. But after, you're like, okay, we gotta pick the biggest guys on the court otherwise, because we gotta throw hands.
That's true. All right, my first pick is gonna be the dude who calls every foul. So the dude that he's normally not very good because he hasn't played at any high level of basketball, and every time he misses a jump shot, a layup, he just like calls ball. He's like, oh, ball, check up, and everyone's like. And sometimes it'll be like a light foul, and I'll be like, all right, we're going to be touchy this game. But then sometimes you won't even touch this guy, and he'll just like blow a layup, and he'll just call a foul, and everyone's just like, this sucks. Because now we're gonna sit here and argue for like 10 minutes after every play because this guy wants to call fouls, and then you just have to shoot for it. That guy sucks. Always slows down the flow. Always slows down the flow of the game. And then next, I'm gonna go just the no passer, just the guy that is a ball hog that is there like because he thinks he's getting recruited by Kentucky or something and just shoots every three. Normally, the people who don't pass are terrible at shooting too, and they just like they watched Steph last night and they're like, all right, this is money. And then every time they miss it, they're like, what is up with me today? And I'm like, bro, you just can't shoot.
Like,
yeah. Bro, that's not good hell.
Like no good shooter is like, oh, I must have like used the wrong form. It's just like, oh, I missed. You're terrible if you're going, oh, like my form was messed up. Really? Well, why didn't you shoot it normally if you're good? You should have your form down by now, I think. So the guy who doesn't pass and just literally every possession, that guy sucks. Brian, it's your pick.
All right, my second pick is the guy that doesn't care about the game till it's 2 points, till it's over. That's my least favorite guy because he will just be walking back and forth. He might just be walking while he's dribbling, maybe a lazy pass, like get a couple turnovers, jack like a half-court shot, and then once it hits 2 points till the end of the game, you're like down, and he'll go crazy. Like he'll try everything, and he's probably still not that good, but now he puts in effort, and he's like doing the what's his name? Jaylen Brown, where he's just dribbling full speed, ball goes out of bounds for no reason. That guy, that's the worst guy.
Yeah. That's funny.
Dang. I think I'm gonna go with.
You got 2 picks.
I get 2.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll go with the big man who won't like post up, but he wants to shoot threes. Like it's one thing, like if you're like a young kid and you're like trying to like, I can tell you're out there to like work on your game. But then it's like the guy who like I know you've maybe played high school and like you're big as hell, like you're 6'8", and you just won't like you just want to shoot threes the entire time. I'm like, bro, you're actually helping them out. It's like we're playing 4-on-6. You're not helping us.
That's so
Oh my
funny.
god! And then like it's not like that you're gonna be a great like interior presence, but like can you just get on the block or maybe just set some screens? Stop standing at the top of the key doing the LeBron or no Carmelo jab series and then shooting threes. Like no, bro, you're too
Oh my
slow.
god. I hate that so much. But and then sometimes
got-
I'm like, I bet sometimes people think I'm that guy cuz whenever I play pickup, like my gym doesn't have really good hoopers normally. So they probably think, "Oh, this guy's huge." And then I'm like shooting threes and like playing like a wing and they're like, "Post up." I'm like, "Bro, I don't know how to post up." I'm like, I could just
I've been a
back you
wing my
down
whole life.
and put it up, but like that's not fun for me. I bet some people think I'm that guy.
And then I'll go with the guy who just finished like working out and he only has running shoes. To me, I just don't like you. I just don't like how sweaty you are, and I also don't like that you're like playing super hard. Like you play dumb hard in running shoes. Like, bro, like you're crazy.
He's gonna hurt
it's
someone.
Like, you're gonna hurt. Yeah. I basically say the guy who's gonna hurt somebody. Like you just like you're just like running in there like oh my god, like dude, relax.
Goes
like,
for like like there's people in front of him and he just like jumps and tries to grab the rebound, like pushing all of them. We're like, bro, come on, like it's not like that right now.
It's not that serious, yeah. So yeah, those are my 2. I was gonna piggyback off what you said earlier.
Don't give another pick. Don't give another pick.
No,
Brian has one and then I have one.
Okay, my next pick is the guy who thinks he has more bounce than he does. The guy that's always trying to do like some crazy dunk but can never make it happen. I think that's the worst guy.
He's always banging the rim and he's like,
He'll be even on a fast break, he'll like try to do some windmill stuff and just miss it. Or he'll like try to go up and like get some and one like highlight reel dunk and always misses it. That's the worst guy to play.
And it's the worst when it's a close game too, and you're like, bro, we needed that 1 point. It's 6-6. We needed that. That's a good pick.
And I hate the kids who like when the games. This is kind of like post. They like after the game's done, like, all right, let me just try and dunk. I'm like, bro, you're not even, they just throw it. Kind of bang up what Brian said. Like, I just can't stand that.
Yeah, I'm like, I don't know. I low-key respect them for having enough pride, I guess, or not enough pride. I don't know. Just not be embarrassed to just constantly try to dunk, and even though you know you're not able to, like when I couldn't dunk, I would only practice dunking like by myself or like with my friend. Like I'm not going in front of a group of people and just missing dunk after dunk. I think my last pick is gonna be the guy who wears all of the gear. So the guy that's like wearing a shooting sleeve, like an NBA jersey, the newest KDs, elite socks, NBA shorts, and a headband, and just is terrible. But you can tell that he like got ready like in his house. He like had his headphone on, like ignoring his wife, like sitting on the couch, like tying his shoes. He's like, I'm about to go brazy in the gym today. and then gets there and goes like 2 for 14, but hits like 1 game winner. And he tells his wife like, yeah, I dominated today. The boys needed me. And like just wears literally every like accessory that you can wear on a basketball court. Like he ordered that on Amazon the week before. I hate that guy. I'm like, bro, like everyone's wearing a t-shirt and shorts and basketball shoes. Like that's all you need. I just can't stand those guys.
The second that guy nails a 3-2, he's like running down the court like
he's like heating up. Like, no, you're not.
Doing all the dances, bro.
Oh, the sleep. Oh my gosh, I don't like that.
That celebration alone made me a Steph Curry hater. Like I was neutral on Steph Curry, but after he started doing, I was like, I hate this.
I was gonna say I hate the guy who can't count, like the guy who can't count the score.
Oh yeah.
He's always stopping
and it's hard.
Score?
And I don't want to be rude to them because sometimes they just lose track, and then but sometimes there's dudes that are like cheating, like they're like, oh y'all got 5.
Yeah.
I'm like, I just caught out 5 and we hit a 3, and they're like, oh you had 3 so you have 5. I'm like, no, we have 7. Like what do you? And now and like that's the worst. I hate people that stop the game constantly like that. I'm the guy that calls out the score like every bucket because I'm so tired of like. I'm like scarred from Tampa because like when we would play pickup ball outside of practice, yeah, we would. It was just so much. We would stop every play. We can do honorable mentions though. You guys got any other ones? I got a couple. The guy that plays in jeans, that guy just sucks. Like, get some shorts or something, bro. That's annoying. The guy that acts like he's hurt all the time, like when he misses a shot, like his shoulder hurts, or like he like misses a layup and like grabs his ankle or something. That guy's terrible. Mr. Rhino, that's kind of what. Oh, sorry, what, Brian?
This is kind of the same as the guy you said that calls every foul, but the guy that flops. I
think
that's definitely an annoying guy.
Yeah, I'm like, we're not falling for that. We watch the NBA. We know what a flop looks like. Oh, that's funny. I have Mr. Rhino. That's pretty much what you said, Ant. Just the reckless guy wearing running shoes. That's like normally super strong, but doesn't like never played basketball. He's probably like a wrestler or something. Always calling for the ball, but like can't shoot. That guy stinks. This one, I didn't do it because I feel like it's kind of niche, but like the guy who thinks he's a point guard and always calls for a screen, but then like doesn't know how to use screens and like can't run a pick and roll or like step behind the screen, like can't read the defense when he calls a screen. I hate that guy. I'm like, all right, I'll set you another one and you're just gonna dribble it out and he's gonna walk right over it and you're not gonna do anything with it. I hate when guards like call for screens and like don't use them ever. I'm like,
don't know what they're doing.
Yeah, like you just saw Steph do that and you think that you can do it.
Watch just one Chris Paul highlight.
I have 2 more. The aggressive defender, so the dude that's in your chest on like a Tuesday afternoon pickup game. I'm like, bro, like I don't know why we're doing this. It's gonna completely changes the vibe of the game. And then the guy that farts, like if you fart in the paint in a pickup game, that's terrible.
I do.
You're a problem. You're a problem, bro. There's 10 people using this court, and you just ruined it for all of us.
You want me to hold the gas in?
I don't know. At least do it in like step off the court. You don't have to step off the court, but like just do it somewhere that we're not using. If you fart in the paint,
like while he's backing someone down, posting them up, just it's like, oh, come on.
Yeah. That's totally
transition, bro.
Transition. Also, it spreads it out so it's not as potent. Yeah, that's a good move. All right, cool. I want to keep doing more drafts like this, like where we can be more creative. It's fun to do like certain player ones and performances stuff, but I like to do more creative ones. So if you viewers, I know we have like a lot of viewers. If you guys like have any suggestions, let us know.
Viewers, hit us up. I know we read every comment. Comment.
I actually can say I've read every comment.
Yeah, big facts. I do read every comment. So don't feel like you're not being heard out there. If you were like, oh, maybe they won't see my comment. Maybe they won't. We're going to see it.
Like I take hours and hours and hours out of my day every day to read the comments. So
yeah, I take time. I put in the work.
True. This is a good episode. BVS, are you gonna be on Apex tonight?
I might be. I probably will be. I've been right
too. And you should hop back on, bro.
I don't think I ever played Apex.
Ant would hate it, bro. You would not. It's
so hard. It's really hard.
It takes multiple weeks to get used to playing that game. But anyway. That's all I got. That was a good draft, good episode. Thank y'all for watching and listening. The Third Quarter Warriors are the best team ever, and we are the best podcast ever. New episodes every Monday. Follow us on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok at third quarter Warriors, and we're gonna start ramping up that content even more. That's all I got. Y'all got anything?
Nope.
Nah. Casey
Ooh.
said he put
Yeah, man.
on that thing, and Casey told me he does like 25 bets a week. So
Yeah.
I gotta go.
Listen, Casey's up like $500 and won't tell us a single play. I just hate that. I love your brother to death.
I love him too. He's my brother.
Yeah, he's always like, oh, just hit this esports payout, Team Liquid, Team Chaos. It's like, who?
I just wish, and I would tell him this to his face. I just wish that he would contribute more than just his like $500 gains like every 2 days in the group chat. Like, just reply to one of the TikToks we sent or something too. I think the only text he sends now is like bag alert, and I'm like, dang, that's crazy.
Nice. Thanks, Casey.
But anyway, I hope you're enjoying Hawaii, brother, if you listen to this.
Yo, get on the Twitter. Just post your bets on the Twitter.
He's been posting some.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna start posting.
Maybe I haven't been checking the Twitter.
Or at least tell him. I'll tell him the bets, and then I'll tell him. Put
Yeah,
out there.
sounds good. All right, guys. Deuces.
Yeah.
Welcome to the third quarter, everybody.
What is this? What is going on right now?
I said, what the hell are you talking about?
What's my package look like? Yo!